Hi guys, just a quick weekend review. Let's have a look at what happened last week. We're just going to use daily candles. We're not going to delve too deep into this. But last week, the question was, could we hold on to the prior week's highs? And then could we hold on to this 50% level of the all-time highs to the Trump-induced tariff? These are back-adjusted charts in case they're a little bit different from yours. But this area here was really important to me. There is marked out there, and we can see during the week we saw a big battle here. It was acting a bit of a pivot. Sellers were trying to push it below, buyers were trying to hold it above, and 55.32 eventually held. After a break, initial break, we found buyers last week on into a HVN at 5455 on the Wednesday, and then we kind of steadily moved higher into what was a pretty decent employment report on Friday, and NFP Friday buying, just the machine took over and it just kept rising higher. We're now trading into this this pullback. This, the break moved lower. We pulled back up. This was the area of balance before we had the second leg lower, and we're just delving, and we're just trying to push through the mid of this area here, where we kind of found some resistance on Friday. 5724.75 was the high on Friday. Let's have a quick look at the weekly profiles, and the key thing on Friday, given the strength that we've seen, is whether or not the buyers can continue the momentum to the upside, or whether it falters and then we fall back lower. If we do fall back lower, back through 5700, I think is a good area to watch out for. Why? I just see that there was a lot of buying up in that area there, and it might get a little bit scared. 5700. If we see early on that area holds 5700, that would, you can see here, this was the big block between the high and 5700, where we did a lot of, we spent a lot of time up there on Friday, but buyers couldn't get through. We ended up leaving a bit of a P-shaped profile on Friday. But I'm going to just take that away now. But if we do manage to, break through 5700, there is a possibility we just, test back some of that poor structure we left on the dailies. We'll have a look at that in a second. But the area I really will be targeting or looking for to hold as a short-term target for any shorts I might take will be this gap into last week's VWAP. Okay, there it's quite nicely highlighted there. 15.595 is really, really important. Whether or not we can take out Friday's lows and bring the daily into balance is another question. We're going to look at those daily profiles in a minute. But if we do manage to continue the momentum to the upside, that is just incredibly strong. We'll be looking to target whether or not can buyers take out April highs, and that will bring the monthly auction back into balance. It is currently one time framing higher, so that is the only time frame I look at that basically is still one time framing lower. So whether or not we can take out this level here, and you can see a series of lines here. We've got value area highs, we've got the highs, we've got some VWAPs just above it. So whether or not we do a little look above and fail, that is the question I'll be asking early on in the week. Given the fact that we've got the FOMC, I'll be kind of leaning towards a balancey kind of bit of profit taking potential into into FOMC. So it wouldn't surprise me to see this just balance out. Where would I expect it to balance out? Again, it's going to be a test back into that area, that gap that we left Wednesday, Thursday to the upside. Should buyers manage to hold and take that April high, really bullish, then we'll be targeting this area here, this HVN here, left on the composite, to the right, 58.15, 58.36, prior week's VWAP up there, all the way back into February. This would be pretty bullish if we take out 58.37. It would. This upside momentum has been relentless since Besant came out and said that these Chinese tariffs are unsustainable. It is possible, anything's possible. Always, look to the short term. What's momentum doing? It's literally just, it's hard to trade against momentum at the moment. So, but we will be looking for signs that this, what does the market do? It goes up, down, or balances, and it tends to, or it has done, it tends to balance a little bit before it reverses sometimes. So I'll be looking for signs of weakness from buyers, whether or not momentum is basically sort of wearing off a little bit. Okay, let's a quick look at the most immediate daily profiles. Maybe I'm going a bit quick here, so I apologize. But should we see, us break Friday's highs, Friday's lows? Those are some of the immediate questions I'm looking at. Immediate levels I'm looking at are just basically these MGIs from my profiles. Dalton always talking about MGIs. So we're looking at things like the value area low, POC from Friday. You can see it's kind of nestled in around 57.10 in between 57.24 high and 5700 area that we were talking about. And it's kind of bang in the middle there with the POC. Should it fall back down, retest maybe into that POC, we could see it just, potentially just track back, retest that tail low from Friday, where we left the low at 56.63. Should we see that tail low taken, this is a warning sign. And then, where were we looking at? We're just looking at where we can go. First, an immediate target would be really, I would like to see sellers take out this big kind of quite very Gaussian distribution, take out that settlement and then test that low into that gap. If that gap should fail, we're looking at that tail, look at that nice big tail, see if we can get through there. We'll be targeting 55.50, which is just below that tail. So that's pretty much it really. If we do fail to the downside, should we hold? What would a hold look like? Well, it would be early opening strength. We just look to keep continuing this grind higher and look for some short-term resistance at these MGIs I've got marked out on my chart here. That's pretty much it. 7 minutes is more than what I wanted to do. Hopefully that helps you with your planning. Hopefully that just kind of gives you a little quick insight as to how my brain works, how I look at things. It's Monday, information gathering day, and it's just all about looking for clues for the rest of the week. Given the fact that we've got those big data points during the week, I would be looking for maybe a little bit of a test back after maybe an initial push higher. Key areas I'll be looking for again is that 57.50, 57.40, the April high. Look for it to test up, see if we can find some sellers up there. If not, this probably just keep going, especially if there's new. We are in a news-driven environment. Be careful and be aware of your surrounding macro environment. Okay, have a good weekend, and I probably won't be trading tomorrow. It's a holiday here, but I wish you all best of luck.